crone, I don't know if you really want anything to do with her. See, the bog crone never washes her hair, and she has spiders in her hair. The bog crone never washes her clothes. She has centipedes in all her pockets. Bog crone never washes her socks, and she has slugs crawling in and out of the holes in her toes. The bog crone never brushes her teeth, and they're brown and stinky as the bog itself. And the bog crone has one eye right in the middle of her forehead. And she can take it out and leave it to keep an eye on people. She said one day that she was going to keep an eye on me. And I don't know where she put it. I've been looking around all over the place for the eye, but I haven't been able to see it. Have you? No, okay. So anyway, the bog crone didn't like anybody, and nobody liked the bog crone. So anytime anybody moved to the bog, she would have to pack up all of her stuff, and she would have to move to someplace new and find a new place to live. And after a while, she got really tired of doing that. So she had a cousin by the name of Babba Spindleshanks. Now, Babba Spindleshanks had a house on top of a great big pair of chicken legs. And Babba really liked that idea. She really did. You know that? She really liked that idea. Yes. Yes, absolutely. But chickens aren't really any good in the swamp, you know, because they sink. So she decided, well, I'm going to do something better. I'm going to take a frog and make a house out of that. So she found herself a nice big frog, and she put a spell on. And the frog began to grow, not like a frog grows, but as a tree grows. It got taller and taller and taller and taller still, until the legs were as tall as those trees. And then she put another spell on, and the frog began to puff up like a big balloon. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until it was as big as his whole area. And he thought he was going to pop, but he didn't. And then she pointed her finger at his middle, and she said a magic word, and a hole started to open up in the frog's tummy. The frog looked down, but it didn't hurt a bit. And he realized he was as hollow inside as a Halloween pumpkin. And when the hole was big as Babba was tall, she sort of did this to him, and he got down. She crawled into the hole in the tummy and stood up and looked all around the inside of the frog, and she said, oh, this will make a very fine house. And then she pointed a finger to either side and said, I need windows. And a hole opened up right there, and a hole opened up right over there. And then she pointed to the back, and a hole opened up there too. She pulled some sawdust out of her pocket. She blew it at the big hole in the front, and it turned into a beautiful blue wooden door with a doorknob right in the middle. She took some sand out of her pocket and blew it at each of the windows, and they filled in with glass, ruby red and emerald green and yellow topaz. And then she stomped and stomped and stomped and stomped and stomped and stomped around the inside of the frog. The floor was nice and level. And then she moved in her bed and her bureau and her stove and all of her pretty things. And she thought everything was going to be fine from then on. And it was, until the cat came along. Now I have to ask you something. If you were a cat and somebody said to you, what's your name, what would you say? No, you're a cat. You're a cat. What would you say if you're a cat? Yeah. Give that boy a hand. Yay! So the cat's name was Meow, because nobody had ever named it anything else. And poor Meow was lost in the bog, and he had been lost for days and days and days, roaming around so hungry. Poor Meow. All of a sudden, Meow smelled something wonderful. He smelled something delicious. He smelled chicken! And not just a little chicken. He smelled a lot of chicken. Meow started running as fast as his little legs would carry him. And he ran past some oak trees, and he ran past some maple trees, and he ran past some willow trees, and he ran past some green trees. Green trees? Meow backed up and took a look, and those weren't trees at all. They were frog legs. Well, Meow had always heard that frog legs tasted just like chicken, so of course that's what he had been smelling. He opened up his mouth as wide as he could. He took a running leap. He jumped in the air and he chomped right onto those frog legs. Now I have to ask you, if you're a pair of frog legs, and a silly cat comes along and chomps on you, what are you going to do? That's right, you're going to stomp, you're going to kick, you're going to hop, right? Jump around, run around in circles. All right, what's happening to the house on top? It was shaking all around, and the windows on that side opened up, and all Babba's wands fell out. And the window on that side opened up, and all of her spell books fell out. And the window on that side opened up, and her very best hat fell out. And the front door opened up, and out fell Babba's biggest Babba still in it, boom, right on her head. She was not a happy witch. She grabbed that cat, and she said, "Cat, what are you doing?" And the cat said, "Meow." did that so well. She says, Cat, I'm asking you a question. Why are you biting my frog legs? And the cat said, meow. She says, Cat, if you won't talk to me, it must be because you don't like me. Well, I don't like you either. And she took the cat and she rolled him up and she mushed him into her wishing pot. And she said, I wish you to be gone. Whoop. And the cat was gone. But cats are magic too, you know. He just wished himself right back out of that pot. And the cat came back the very next day. Cat came back, she thought it was gone, but the cat came back, it just wouldn't stay away. Hungry, it ran back with its mouth wide open. It took a leap in the air, and it chomped right back onto those frog legs again. What did those frog legs do? And what happened to the house up on top? And the windows on that side opened up and all Babba Baga's teacups fell out. And the window on that side opened up and all her silver spoons fell out. And the window on that side opened up and her very best teapot fell out. And last of all, the front door opened up. And out fell Babba Baga, still in her bed, right on her head. Boom. She was not a happy witch. She grabbed that cat. She said, Cat, why are you biting my frog legs? And the cat said, she says, Cat, I'm only going to ask you one more time. Why are you biting these frog legs? And the cat said, she says, Cat, if you're not going to talk to me, it must be because you don't like me. Well, I don't like you either. And she took the cat and got on her broomstick and she flew to the other side of the bog. And then she took the cat and she put it down and she says, Cat, just to make sure you don't come back, I'm going to keep my eye on you. And she took her magic eye out of the middle of her forehead and she put it down right next to the cat. Then she got back on her magic broom and she flew back home to her house on frog legs. I've been telling you how hungry this cat is. What do you suppose the cat did next? What do you think a witch's eyeball tastes like? It's not chicken. No. So he didn't even chew it up. He just swallowed it real quick. And all that Babba Baga could see was the inside of a cat's stomach. It wasn't a very pretty sight. So she could only hope that the cat would come back, and sure enough, cat came back the next day. Cat came back, she thought it was gone, but the cat came back, just wouldn't stay away. The cat came back with his mouth wide open, ready to jump on those frog legs again. It took a running leap, and Babba Baga grabbed it in midair. He says, Cat, why are you doing this to me? And the cat said, meow. She says, Cat, please talk to me. Why are you biting my frog legs? And the cat said, meow. She says, Cat, can't you say anything else but meow? And the cat said, meow. She said, wait a minute. She says, you're a cat. You can't say anything else but meow, can you? And the cat said, meow. So Babba Baga did a spell on herself so she could speak cat. And then she said, meow, which means, why are you biting my frog legs? And the cat said, meow, which means, because I'm hungry, you silly witch. And so Babba Baga said, meow, which means, if I feed you, will you leave my frog legs alone? And the cat said, meow, which means, yes. And Babba Baga also said, meow, which means, will you give me back my magic eye? And the cat said, so Babba Baga took her wishing pot and she wished it full of fried chicken legs. And then Meow did what every cat knows how to do with a fur ball. She went, bleh. And she picked up her eye and wiped it off in the dress and stuck it back in her head. And she was happy. Now Meow ate every single bite of those chicken legs inside that wishing pot. And then Babba Baga realized that she'd made a very bad mistake. She says, Cat, I just fed a stray cat. I'm never going to get rid of you, am I? And the cat said, so Babba Baga and the cat lived happily ever after, or at least as happy as you can be with someone who never washes. And she never tried to get rid of that cat again. The end.